This is Team Zhurong's pitch 1 for Summer IPRO. The problem statement we came up with was we want to help individuals with MS, which is multiple sclerosis, cope with the loss of their motor skills and hand function in order to regain body usability. The first prototype we came up with was an assistive controller for car control. The concept here is to develop a system to aid users with MS in driving a car. The hypothesis is users with MS will be able to better control a car when utilizing an assistive controller instead of a steering wheel. To verify this, we will develop a controller that will be shown to individuals around IIT's campus to receive feedback on the ease of use of the controller, specifically when using a single hand or both hands. We would consider this a success if potential users are successful in utilizing the controller with minimal physical strain. To make the controller, I used cardboard, markers, a knife, and glue. To test the prototype, I provided the controller to individuals without explaining how to use the device in order to gauge how intuitive the device is to use. So on the front side, we have a left and right arrow with a heads-up display for where the speedometer will be shown. And then on the back side, there are 2 touch sensor bars to ensure that someone is actually holding the controller, and then buttons to go forward and backwards. The data I came up with was, of the 3 participants, 2 found the prototype intuitive to use, but all agreed that the ease of use compared to a steering wheel was much worse. And then all three participants preferred a steering wheel over the controller. To conclude, this device is unsuccessful at being intuitive to use and is unfavorable compared to a steering wheel.
So our second prototype that we came up with was a grippy glove to help MS users. For the development, the concept is a glove which allows individuals with MS to have better grip strength. Users with MS will have better gripping power when using the glove. And to verify, I was grabbing objects with to see if grabbing it with the glove would be easier, and trying to simulate individuals with having MS by having a loose grip, and also shaking my hand to see how well the objects would be gripped. To measure this, I used a bottle, a bowl, a fork, the grippy glove, and oil on the objects to make them even more slipperier. And then, so what I conducted was to see how long I can hold each of these objects for how many seconds without the glove, with oil on it, shaking my hand with a loose grip, and then compared it with the glove, holding it, the same grip, and with oil again to see how long I can hold it. So with the grippy glove, it seems that you can hold the objects for a bit more longer, allowing people to place it down without it falling out of your hands as quickly. And again, the procedure, objects were oiled up to allow slipperage, and also the grip was lessened to allow the objects to fall out. The criteria was to see how long the grip can be held, and the grippy glove also holds objects for longer. So in conclusion, I believe that the prototype worked as it should have.
The third prototype is a grippy board. For our concept, we created a board that has grip-like material to ease the cutting of food and vegetables for people with MS. Our hypothesis is that people with MS will have an easier time prepping food. To verify this, we cut a tomato without holding it on different grippy materials. For materials and resources, we have regular cutting board, bubble wrap, clear gridded mat, a red zigzag mat, tomatoes, and a knife. And here is an image of the different materials that we used. For testing this, we test out the ease of cutting a tomato on each of the 3 grippy materials, and at the end we'll see how the silicone zigzag mat was easiest to use. On this first video, I roll around the tomato to show you how it moves super easily, and it's harder to cut on this regular wooden board. and I don't use my other hand to hold the tomato. On the second video, we used the bubble wrap, and it moves really easily along the bubble too. And it's a little easier to hold it down with a knife, but it's still harder to cut. On this other material, it doesn't roll around as much. But it's still a little hard to use. And on this last video, it's not as hard, it's easy to roll around. And it cuts a lot more easier than the rest of the mass. So our results for prototype 1, the controller design was unfavorable due to traditional steering wheel control, and it was hard to use. For prototype 2, the grippy glove was able to decrease slipping of objects. And for prototype 3, the silicone zigzag mat was the easiest to use. Our best performing prototype was the grippy board. It was the best performing because the grippy board showed the most potential, in our opinion, in being able to assist individuals with MS. For our future work, we think of making boards angled so food does not roll off the board easily, making the material even more grippier so that users don't need to hold the objects as much. Thank you.